Misfit, what we eating tonight?
Star Pizza.
That's crazy.
Let's talk about Star Pizza. Oh, yeah.
Hey, y'all, this is Ryan Monso, and this is the Cougar After Thoughts Show. Cats, live from Rice Stadium, which is in need of some repair.
That's not, you sure you didn't do that in the first half?
No, I sat calmly. I'm not even in the room. I was upstairs and then down. This is not my favorite place in the world, but not going to be here for a few years. I can deal with it. Cougars win it 35-9. It never felt pretty, but it was a workmanlike effort. You're 2-0 for the first time since 2018, which sounds ridiculous to say, but it's the truth. Brad, first thoughts. What you got?
I also heard that we beat Rice 9 out of the last 10 times we played them.
Yes.
I forgot. When did we lose?
It feels like it was the most recent coach prior to this one.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
My thought on that game is, all the people that were freaking out last week, I started to feel a little bit like that in the first half. And then it's like, okay, let's just sit back and relax. And all of a sudden it looked like a different team coming out in the second half. The second half is the team that this team should be.
Yeah. I thought you had a lot more energy on offense.
Yeah. And that's what I talked about this week in my article that I wrote, is that the offense looks like they don't share the same locker room with defense, because they just kind of seem like, hey, we're cool. We're just going to go out there and do our thing, and we'll eventually score. It's just, very, I don't know, just very blasé about the whole thing. And defense goes out there with their hair on fire, trying to light people up. And the offense finally showed a little bit of that fire in the second half.
That sounds like when you and I used to go out. I would be with my hair on fire and you would be blasé thinking, well, I'm going to score. Anyways.
But I picked it up in the second half, usually around midnight.
Yeah. Second half guy. I was so happy for Corey Platt getting a sack, his first game in 2 years. And, that guy's been through so much, and it was really cool seeing that segue. He's going to be on Talking About Them Cougars tomorrow night. You know who else is going to be there? Segue. There it is. Damn it. I'm having computer problems. Kellen Sampson will join us tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, Sunday night, every Sunday night, almost. And Corey Platt will join us as well. Very excited to talk to him. Really haven't talked to him much since he came to U of H, and I look forward to that. I thought Connor Wegman was tough today. I think he did what you needed him to do. Kind of put the team on his back after Dean Connors went down.
Yeah.
Made a really nice third and short, and then went in for the touchdown. Stephon Johnson finally catches the ball and goes 6 yards for a touchdown. That was a hell of a throw and a nice catch by him.
I was sitting there watching it, and I'm like, where the hell is Stephon? Where is he? Has he been out? And I literally pulled up the box score to look at it and see if he's caught a ball. I look, and I made sure I checked it over a couple times. Like, nope. I'm like, why don't we get him the ball? Then all of a sudden, literally seconds after that, touchdown. Like, okay, there it is. There it is. Okay, yeah. Let's do more of that. Let's do more
of that. I like that play. We should run that play more.
And
Run the touchdown play.
It's not even that play. I want to get the ball in the hands of game breakers. Do it early. I mean, I don't care if you got to do little sprint out throws or, small, short little slants or drags over the middle, whatever it takes to get him open. He's a guy that's going to loosen things up. And I think he is a threat no matter where he is on the field. You just got to figure out a way to get him the ball.
Yeah. This team has to learn how to win. Yeah. It's been so long since you've been a winner. You had that 8-5 season in 2022, but I mean that was kind of
Well, that
fake year you won 12 games or 13 games or whatever it was. Yeah. But this program has not won in so long, and it's finally, this is what you have to do. And it's not going to be pretty, but you've got to take steps. And you did it again with 2 offensive linemen out, a starter and the 6th offensive lineman, basically. Matt Wyckoff was the left guard. I hadn't seen him there all fall. Pancake at center, and then Agnello at right guard for most of the night. And they looked like an offensive line that hadn't played together, not in that makeup. And it took a while, but they finally started opening some holes. Stacy Sneed came in the game and made holes and really ran through them, and was so impressed with him once again.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he does. He just comes in. You don't know where he is on the depth chart, but he comes to the game and he makes a statement and he makes a play, and he's done it for 5 years.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm going to figure that out.
And people can try to write him off, but whenever he gets in, he's going to do something.
Yeah.
And I mean, you just got to love a guy like that. I mean, it'd be easy to get down on it, but he's just there ready and prepared for his opportunity, and then jumps all over it.
The defense gave up 1 touchdown. It was after the pick 6. Rice went 6.5 or so minutes, 70+ yards, and that's a tired defense, and maybe had let their guard down a bit. Okay.
Yeah, that was a complete failure. We can't have that.
No. Fire Austin Armstrong. Get rid of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've given up now 9 points in 2 games, and that's okay.
Only 1 touchdown. You'll win games by doing that.
I think so, Jim. Star Pizza. Get you some Star Pizza.
It's delicious.
You should be there right now. You leave the game, you go get Star Pizza. Everybody's happy.
Absolutely.
If you're not there right now, you're probably stuck in traffic trying to get there.
That is true.
The only traffic in this neighborhood all year is when U of H comes to play, but that won't be happening for a while, thankfully. Section 12X. Saw a lot of 12X gear tonight. Saw it at the volleyball game or match Thursday night. It's catching on. Here come the people.
Absolutely. Good quality stuff. Made by a U of H guy. Also, to be heads up, another game next week. Let's see, from orders placed today through Wednesday by 2 p.m. 1-day shipping, so you'll get it by Thursday in time for Friday's game.
Say that again. Say that again, because I want to make sure I got it.
Orders placed today through Wednesday by 2 p.m.
Okay.
1-day shipping. So you should be able to get it by Thursday for Friday night's game.
Okay. That doesn't sound bad. Get you something for Friday night's game.
No. And I know Frederick will be probably hand packing and send it all out by himself, or at least put the whole family in it. And but they're going to be doing it by hand.
That sounds lovely.
That's just the way it goes.
I was so impressed with Baylor early today, scoring on, I think, 4 straight drives to win that game at SMU. SMU is supposed to be another playoff team, and they choked. It was embarrassing, SMU. But you're all blackout drunk now, so what does it matter? And then on the flip side, West Virginia really getting it done. There was a lot of talk that game day was going to go to West Virginia for the backyard brawl with them and Pitt next week. And the Mountaineers took care of that, made that not happen.
Yep.
I can't imagine losing to Ohio. And then how about them South Florida Bulls?
Well, that ain't
doing it
all.
to
Don't stop
Florida.
there.
Who else did I miss?
Huh?
Who else?
Kansas State.
Did they lose?
They got beat at home by Army.
Okay, I didn't see that one.
Kansas State is lucky they aren't 0-3.
Correct. 100%.
They are terrible.
Not great, Kansas State. Not great, Big 12. You got some momentum early in the day, and then you
And
screw it up.
apparently, it looks like Arizona State's tied it up. Got the ball in the fourth quarter, minute 51.
That's terrible. They were getting destroyed the last time I looked at that score. It was, I think, 17-0.
Yeah.
So well, we don't have to hold on for an Arizona State score. We'll be okay.
We'll keep talking. I'm just going to try to find it
Yeah.
on my TV.
Our guy, Mike Batton, was not able to join us tonight. We'll get him back Friday night. Made a call to Jack Martin. Thought he's been saying, "Oh, I want to come on, want to come on, want to come on." I'm like, okay, come on. Oh, I can't do it. All right, Jack. That's fine. We'll do it without you.
Let's go to some comments. Let me get that before we get too behind on that. Let's see. Jeb, just remember, folks, we are 2-0. We could be Kansas State 1-2 and lost to Army today and barely beat North Dakota. You are correct.
Sounds
You are
accurate.
correct. You know, man, I remember 2 years ago, a lot of their fans
Who was
thought
they?
that Kansas State
Okay.
thought that it was now time for their sunshine in Avery Johnson. And they were more than happy for Will Howard just to get out of the way and let Golden Boy shine. And since then, Will Howard went and won a national title, and Avery Johnson has found a way to lose games to people like us and Army.
Are you saying that's bad?
I'm just saying karma's a motherfucker.
Fair.
I
I really like the Kansas State people, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Let's see here. Coug Nation 92. Biggest keys of the night. Connor's coming back in the game healthy. And the deep ball with Stephon Johnson. Need to get that chemistry going with Boogie. I agree on all parts. Honestly, I was really surprised that Connors came back in the game.
I told everybody that would listen and that was reading our websites that, yeah, he's not coming back in. That's weird. Of course not. And then there he is.
Well, I didn't think he would, just because last week Kojal went out and then came back in and got dinged up again. I thought they were going to say, okay, yeah, maybe.
No. And then they had a quarterback running the ball up the middle.
Max
late in the game.
Smith says, evening Towns and Roy, go Cougs, pound go Cougs.
Did you just say pound?
Pound go Cougs.
Okay. I never
Let's
really
see.
understand what's going to happen with you.
It looked like Holgerson's offense the first 3 quarters. I'd say the first 2, it just looked really not good. Richie Rob, any update on number 1? Ryan, anything?
I'm
Did
fine.
you hear anything?
So Latrell went out of the game, and I did not really understand what had happened. And he was, I believe he was celebrating with the team after the game. So it looks like it's okay, But who knows? You
Yeah,
had
it looked
some
like
weird injuries this week,
yeah.
and so I'm not putting anything past anything.
Yeah, it looked like when he went in for a tackle, he went to wrap his arm around and he got his forearm hit by the guy's hip or upper thigh. So it looked like his forearm got bashed pretty good.
That's not
hurt.
great. Not great at all.
Let's see here. Well, optimist perspective is the offensive building confidence and has to learn to win together with all new pieces. I do agree. That's what I went with last week, and as frustrated I was in the first half, they really did come through, made some adjustments, and for me, it just looked much different mentally. They came out a lot more aggressive, getting off the ball quick.
Yeah.
Martin says Stacy Sneed is inevitable. Correct.
I'm glad you said inevitable because I have trouble saying inevitable sometimes.
Inevitable.
Yeah.
Inevitable.
Inevitable.
Dre says, speaking of Star Pizza, you get your money's worth with their buffet. Yes. That's the reason why I wear this tarp, this big, giant tarp.
If anyone gets their money's worth, it's the Teletubby right there. I don't even. Did they have names? The Teletubbies? I don't know.
Probably.
But you're like the green one.
I don't know what that means.
Well, the logo's green.
True.
We're gonna add a guy.
We scored 62 points this year in 2 games. It took us 5 games to score 52 points last year.
So you're saying this is better?
I'm saying it's not worse.
Certainly not worse. Brad, I'm gonna just add Martin. Martin is gonna join us for a few bits. Martin texts me.
Martin, welcome.
And got a little weird.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Welcome to the party.
What did you think about what you saw tonight, Martin?
I mean, Connor Wigman is definitely an improvement on last year's quarterback situation, which
yes.
I know probably isn't saying much, but
no.
Considering the fact that I'm not necessarily pleased, quote unquote, with the O-line, and the offense definitely looks like it's figuring it out on the fly, he's been productive. And the biggest thing is, not that we were lacking an athlete last year with Zion Chris at quarterback, but what he's able to do with his feet is a big deal. And they've implemented that into the actual game plan. He scored that touchdown on that design run. He's able to make plays outside of the pocket, even with an offensive line just figuring it out, as they go, because I know it's 2 games and 2 different starting lineups. Yeah. And it doesn't seem like it's affecting his ability to find open receivers and push the ball downfield. And that throw to Boogie was just beautiful. I mean, that's what you were hoping to get when he showed up. He can push the ball downfield. That's not an issue at all. Boogie didn't break stride at all.
It looked like on that throw, he gave himself, he threw it with a little bit more air. He had thrown his ones previous were a little more flat. Mm-hmm. And he just said, you know what, I'm just gonna P for K and throw it up there.
He's done a lot of that in practice. I've seen him get a lot of air, and I'm like, okay, that's different. I like seeing that. But that's really good. Shout out to Rice. They've got this. They were showing highlights, and they just put on 3D logo and then said, "Good night." So
your
night,
logo
Rice.
here.
Yeah, we do that. Star Pizza. It's really hard to explain how terrible this situation is. These are the stairs you have to go up to get to the press box.
Good Lord.
Yeah. And
I couldn't even make it up the stairway.
No. And so you go up an elevator to get to the level to go up these stairs.
Man.
And they've been doing this for 70 years. I've been doing it for 27, and I'm done. We're not coming back here. We're doing this one at home or, from the Ritz or something. But I'm not making it back to Rice Stadium. I've had enough. I figure I've seen a lot of bad football here from the year 2000 when you botched a punt, 2006 where you won because you blocked a PAT, 2008 where you gave up 56 points.
What year was it that I deuced and ran?
That was 06. Halftime, you said good night. Martin, if you had to pick one guy who is the difference maker tonight, who is it? You have to turn the mic on at some point. Or not. Brad, who would you answer on that?
I mean,
Or who was the impressive person to you?
Dean Connors. He
Okay.
looked he was more decisive tonight. It looked like the first night, it looked like he was being real selective and trying to figure out where to go. Now this time he just said, okay, if the first one's there, I'm going through it. If not, I'm picking the next best one and I'm done. I'm not going to pussyfoot it around here in the back. And he went and got positive yardage. I thought he did good, but I was really impressed with Snead. I'm partial to that guy. I just think there's something about it says something about the mentality of him that he really has been written off pretty much every year. And he's a guy that when you turn to him, he's going to produce.
I think Dean was a little cute in week 1.
Yeah.
Today you saw that he has that burst to get
Yes.
through a hole. And he had a great block made for him by Kobe Young on that first touchdown run, the one in the first half. Fantastic. Kobe is going to get more time on the field and more throws to him because of stuff like that.
Yes.
But Dean was making much better decisions, and he was accelerating, and that's what that guy has to do. Is
the funny thing is that it's really deceptive because he's kind of moving and you're thinking, he's not that athletic. But as soon as he plants his foot and goes, he literally is gone. I mean, he's explosive the minute he commits.
Yeah.
And tonight he just felt like he felt better and was more just more decisive in what he was trying to do.
And you're going to need that. When he went in that medical tent, he was in there for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, uh-oh. Because you're about to be Stacy Snead and DJ Butler.
Spacey Snead?
Did I say Spacey?
That's what it sounded like.
Spacey Snead.
What the hell happened? I just look over at Arizona State went up and now they're down. What?
Good.
Frick.
And then you got Zane Smith, the Viking, there waiting to make this happen. And then I'm probably 4th string running back right about now, maybe 5th.
Sure.
Jamarian Burnett is going to be out for a few weeks. He slammed his hand in a car door, is what I'm told.
You don't need a hand. Long way
You really
from your
don't. Right. I mean, you can carry the ball with the other.
Derek Parrish had
wore the hamburger helper
half an arm.
mitt
Exactly.
for a year. It's fine. Martin, are you back? No.
Can you hear us?
We are piling up shows. Piling up shows.
Can you hear?
My technology is not the worst.
Check.
Martin, see if you can check on your audio and make sure it's into your AirPods or whatever you're wearing, because it sounds like it's coming from Mars. Brad, are there any more comments? It looks like there's 35 more.
No, I just haven't been highlighting them because I was the only one reading them, so it doesn't matter.
I can't. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Well, if I'm in charge of it, then I know what I do.
So there's no more. How about this?
Connor's
How
got a
long?
question.
How long is Burnett out? I think it's going to be Oregon State earliest, Texas Tech probably most likely. That said, he'll be at practice tomorrow. But
If Ryan's saying it's 3 weeks, he's probably ready to play like tonight.
he's actually on the field right now.
Just got in here. How did that idiot lose this game in 2023? I mean, I think we know. We know.
That idiot was one slightly underthrown ball in that corner from being down 35-7 at the half. He was lucky to only be down 28-7. Came back and tied it up.
Remember the year before, whenever they had the miracle season, Rice had the ball at our 20 with a chance to win the game.
I thought it was inside the 10.
Yeah.
And threw it to the goal line.
Yeah. Nothing like a Hail Mary 10 yards.
Hey.
Rice is Rice.
They do not have a throwing it offense this year for sure.
That's a good question. I don't know this answer. Any true freshman running backs? Do we get any young RBs?
There's a kid named Nehemiah. I don't remember his last name. I just remember that awesome first name.
Ronaldo Nehemiah?
Well, no, because his first name's Nehemiah.
Nehemiah.
But I can't imagine they're interested in playing him. But you never know. I mean, with one guy going down each week, you get to the second level. Aaron Davis, who's a redshirt freshman, Nehemiah Ramarte, and Steve Polk is still out there.
Is that how you spell his name? Nehemiah Warmate?
Yeah, I could be saying it wrong.
He's a war bro. That's what he is.
Yeah. So
I like that.
Young guy, but
yeah,
freshmen
usually are.
They really like him, but he needs development. He needs to pack on size.
Well, the good thing is that when it comes to freshmen, running backs and receivers can play as freshmen.
I think receivers can. I'm wary about running backs because that's how you get quarterbacks killed is, son, just block over there on the right side. Whoops. DJ Butler is a sophomore currently, so not quite a freshman, but yeah, he's listed as a sophomore. I believe he played in half a dozen games. Any other good comments there, Towns? I just like looking at Martin and not actually hearing him.
If you hit the goalpost, you should get points.
Yeah, that one was a weird one because
I thought that was through a long way.
Yeah, it felt like it came almost straight down. But the snap was high, and I mean the footing on that field was weird. It was slick, and I don't know why it just felt more slick than it did 2 years ago. But
because it's brand new. I think they said on the broadcast this was the first game played on that.
Okay, it does look brand new. They did some weird things. They moved the student section, which it's been the same for 50 years. The new turf, I mean, you can see by the colors in that turf is new.
It looked nice.
Yeah, that's fine. Nobody died, so that's something. So, Martin, what are your thoughts? Okay.
Can't hear you. You can do sign language for those who know sign language.
Somebody asked a question, how old is this stadium? It opened 75 years ago this month. So it's getting up there. It could be president soon.
And it looks every bit of it.
I mean, if all you're seeing is the field and the new facility, it might look a little younger, but yeah, this place is old and it has not been taken care of at all.
No.
I mean,
Um,
it's pitiful.
UNLV still leads UCLA by 10 going into the fourth.
That's
You know,
funny as hell to me.
hopefully they come
Here's
close.
the chairs that they have in the coaches' media box up here, just
Goodness.
completely torn to shit. Yeah, it's terrible.
Goodness.
And I'm not snooty, but come on.
Okay, so I want everybody, when you go home tonight and you watch the replay, I want you to go to 4:37 in the fourth quarter. That was Pratt. That was his sack. The reason why I want you to check
Platt.
that out.
Platt. Pratt was the quarterback at Tulane.
That's what I would actually had that in my head. But the reason why I want people to watch that is not because of the great sack, which it was a great sack, but it was because the play that Brandon Mack made on that. Quarterback was rolling out and the running back was out there with him. He had a choice: do his job or try to get the sack. And what he did is he literally bench pressed that kid 2 yards and held the outside and slowed the guy up and forced him in. And that's when he got the sack. I thought that's the reason why this defense is doing so well, is that guys are just doing their job. No. We need to add you back. But guys are just doing their job. Then that's really that's the reason why this defense is playing so well, is that, a lot of guys on bad defenses, they want to go make plays. They don't maintain their discipline and just do their job. A lot of guys are going to try to just go make that tackle, and then guess what? Running backs around you, they drop it over your head and they run for 35, 40 yards. We've seen that way too many times. But I thought it was just a fantastic play all around by everybody, and that just was the highlight for me, because it's like that's the calling card of this defense so far this year.
Yeah, you have to be impressed with what Austin Armstrong has brought. Obviously, these are not the toughest games you're going to play.
No,
but you gotta win these. You gotta make effort and make progress in these games, and they're doing that. And you have to be just very happy. I did not get the. I mean, we're on the moon basically. I really can't see individual plays unless I've got my binoculars out, and I did not have them out at that point. Just some more things about this awesome stadium. They sliced up onions and put them in baggies.
why?
I don't know, but I handed them out to everybody from the U of H contingent. So everybody got their own thing of onions from me. You're welcome, kids.
I mean, what were
Stay
they
in school.
What were they serving? Were
They had
serving
barbecue sandwiches, yeah, but I mean, the onions were the best part. They misspelled GoCoogs again. They've only had this rivalry for 55 years.
Well, I mean, they can, as long as they're consistent.
They are consistent.
That's all you can ask for them.
For sure. They're really consistent in this. I appreciate them for that, but it's been a struggle to spell. And they spell it right. They spelled it right in Coug TV, but they spelled it wrong on the 24/7 site. That's ours, the GoCoogs. I couldn't turn the damn picture right now. Sorry about that. I don't need to be here ever again.
Ryan, do you want to give us an onion review? How were they?
They were good. I like onion and barbecue sauce. I think that's I am the onion guy, pal. First off, underrated vegetable right there. Onion only pizza. That is the way to make you happy and to eat all your pizza, because no one's stealing any of it.
No one's going to eat that for like 4 days. You could literally leave it out and put it in front of people.
Yeah. Nobody steals your pizza. But yeah, good onions. Didn't like anything else here. Brought my own water, brought my own donut holes. had the onions. We have been hearing. So this game, you can take that off the onion guy thing. I think we're good on that one. We've been hearing nonstop about, is this game a rivalry? And Dave Campbell's brought this up, and Duarte did a poll about it. And I want to give my 2 cents on this. This is not a rivalry. This is two schools that are kind of close, but they don't share any characteristics other than being close. U of H has put all the money into football facilities and building the program. This school doesn't do that. There's nothing that binds the two schools other than being close. Like A&M and Texas have a thing. UTSA and Texas State played today. They've got it's just normal. It's a natural rivalry. This is not. And you can tell it's not a rivalry because the crowd was pretty terrible. And the players, they don't care about beating Rice. They like winning a game. And they went and celebrated with the bucket over with the band. But they don't really care about beating Rice. No one grows up thinking about it, like wanting to play in the Bayou Bucket. Nobody cares. But the most important part is it deprives U of H of a home game every other year. And that's a couple $1 million in revenue that you're losing to come over here and give them a game. And it doesn't sound nice. It doesn't sound sporting, but you can't do that anymore. You just have to have that revenue coming in. And, the worst home game is better for you than filling this place up completely.
Right.
So you need to have that home game every other year so you can play 7 at home one year and 6 the next. And there's just, you can be sentimental about what it once was, but it's really not that. And they beat you 2 years ago. They absolutely beat you.
Well, they beat us a couple of times over the years.
Kevin and Tony.
But even when I was here, I didn't view Rice as a rival. And I was here for baseball during at the very beginning of Wayne Graham. He'd been there for, I guess, a year whenever I got here.
Yeah.
They were good. The thing is that I didn't view them as a rival so much as that they were guys that we knew that we were kind of friendly with, but you always want to beat the hell out of them just because you like to beat your friends at any kind of competition. I mean, hell, a couple of guys roomed with guys from Rice because none of us lived on campus that first year.
Yeah, y'all live down on Holly Hall, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. This is sad. What you got in the jug?
Water.
Yeah.
Or coffee.
I didn't get the 2-point conversion. I thought nerds were supposed to be smart. That made no sense. It would have cut it to 10 points.
That's the only thing
you didn't need it.
Sense.
You didn't need it right then.
No.
You needed to get the point and keep that momentum. You kind of killed your momentum if you're a Rice person. You killed your momentum there. That guy is not the guy you want when you need to make a play. You don't want Jenkins throwing the ball. And he was 10 of 12, but it was for 50 yards. And whatever. Okay, cool.
They were essentially extended handoffs.
Yeah, they really were. And Dre, the revenue part is the main part of this.
That's 100%. That's all it is.
U of H is bleeding money. And this is their first year you're going to actually get that full revenue distribution from the Big 12. And you've got to pay for that indoor facility. You've got NIL rev share now, $20+ million there. There's a lot. And
I got guaranteed rev share that previously you could pick and choose how committed you wanted to be in NIL. Now you're pot committed on everything.
Yeah.
With a short stack, so you're all in on everything. Every hand coming out, you're all in.
Yeah. And so that's just got to be the number one consideration. You're going to Georgia Southern next year, which is I went and looked it up because I knew it had been a long time since you signed that deal, but it was 2016 when that deal was announced.
That should have been canceled a long time ago.
10 times. Yes. It was supposed to happen during COVID. And so you pushed it back. But you always thought that somebody was going to cancel that. And Pesman never did. And that is a huge problem. You should have canceled that. There's no reason to go with Georgia. Yeah. COVID was the perfect reason to say this is never happening.
They gave you the excuse.
Yeah. So I still don't, I never understood this one. And now there's no reason to go there because you're going to go to and play LSU at NRG the next year.
Yeah.
Next year and then have Georgia Southern here. That is bringing in 0 people. Nobody's going to come for that. Now, it's a home game, but you're giving them one up next year to go to Statesboro or where the hell it is. I hate that. I just never liked it. And so I really just don't see the point in renewing this thing. Now, if Rice were to do a situation where they gave you 3 for 1, you'd probably think about it. You probably have to think about it. You probably would think about it at 2 for 1. But this 1 for 1, it's just, I hate when big schools do that, but there's a reason they do it. Because they need the revenue. And U of H is now in that situation where the revenue part is so big.
Well, and normally you see big schools that, schools who are making $250 million a year, they're flexing that because they can, not because they need it. They just would like to have that extra few $1 million to be at home.
Home game for LSU is right now about a $15 million night.
Yeah.
You can't just give those up. And, it's not that for U of H. It's nowhere close to that.
No, but every dollar
it matters way more to U of H than LSU.
Yes.
So you've got to be smart about these games going forward. And Eddie was put in a situation. I think he probably should have done something about it, to be honest. But he was put in a situation that this is on the books. And typically you don't cancel within 2 years of a deal. Especially if you don't have anywhere else to go. And I just think it's a bad decision to go there. And it's a bad decision to keep playing Rice. What's this?
Did y'all hear they voted to cancel spring transfer portal window, would never have lost AJ Halsey if that was you would have lost him earlier. I mean, he would be gone.
Yeah, I don't think he was long for here. It wasn't the right fit. But I have a huge problem with this. I like the idea of only having one window, but this is going to squeeze the non-blue bloods a little bit harder. I think that second window has been very good for U of H. You got Tanner Kozel in that window this year. Mm-hmm. That's a pretty big deal. And that situation, it's not going to be available now. They still have to vote on it, but I mean, it's a formality at this point. So I'm not a huge fan.
Those are the spring opens it up for the smaller schools to pick up guys who were hoping to be starters going into spring camp, and then who turns out that they're probably not going to start, and they might even be further down the 2 deep.
Or just they don't fit in with a new offense or a new defense or a new coordinator or a new position coach. I mean, it could be a million things. Or the NIL situation has been cleared up and they're getting a better deal.
And, the reality of it is it'll probably be in court and it'll be back. It'll be
very
litigated.
possible. It's very possible.
I mean, if I was part of the players, I would say, yeah, let's file suit on everything. Screw them until they give us an actual vote. Take it to court. Let's go.
I don't know. Not every player meshes with every position coach, meshes with every offensive coordinator, meshes with what a team wants to do. Tanner got to Wisconsin, and it did not fit. They wanted him to block a lot more than he was wanting to. I mean, the guy's a ball catcher. If you want a 12 or 13 personnel with guys blocking, that's not the guy you go get. You go get him to catch 6 balls a game, what he did tonight. You don't go get him to block. Obviously that's a part of being a tight end, but it just did not make sense for him. U of H figured out a way to make it work, and Connor Wigman and he have clearly sparked something, because they are meeting up quite a bit. Okay. Is there a buzz with the team on Keyshawn coming in next year? No. Players don't buzz about a kid in high school. It just doesn't happen. They know him. They respect him when he's at practice. Everybody comes up and says hi, but I don't think there's a buzz. I think it'd be weird if there were.
Well, I mean, because every player knows that at the end of the day, it's high school. Wait till you get up wait till you come play with the big boys. It'll be a different story.
Right. And, even though I believe he's coming here, he's not going to be led somewhere else. He still hasn't signed, and he still hasn't set foot on campus. And so, it could still change. But I don't know. Still have Bearcats in Hawaii in 40 minutes. I'm going to tell you, Sam Houston's winning that game. Or they're covering. Either way, Sam Houston, that's your guy. That's your team. What are the comments you got here, Brad?
Apparently, Oregon State lost again.
To Fresno?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Oklahoma State got smoked 69-3. Nice.
All right. Real talk. So we do a pick'em on the GoCoogs forum, the Veer. And I choose the games that we're going to pick. And so I pick games that I think I'm going to be smart in. In that Oregon game, I was like, Oklahoma State is going out there and they're covering. Because the number was like 27.5, I think.
Yeah,
it's huge.
A big number. Big number.
And then their quarterback went out and apparently is out for the year. I heard yesterday or the day before. Oklahoma State.
Oh.
And they lost their quarterback. And I didn't even think that had any bearing on me saying Oklahoma State was going to win this game. So I lost it by 40 points. Pretty happy with that one.
They might have, but then Gundy had to open his mouth during the week.
Well, he did, and his son apparently got on Instagram today and said some pretty dumb things. I just don't think players' families should use social media.
No.
But no. I won. I'm going to be honest. I won Iowa. I had them. I had Baylor. I had Ohio. I had Army. I had South Alabama with the backdoor cover. Hot damn. I had Mississippi State. But then I had Oklahoma State. Whoops. Can't win them all, Brad.
No, I don't. I usually, I completely forgot about it. I didn't fill mine out till like 12:30. And I think I had just enough games to fill out an entire slate.
Whatever.
Not that it would matter.
No. Although you won it a couple years ago.
2019, 2018.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Do you think they open up the playbook a bit more versus? Yes. They actually want to run 6 wide. And it's going to start Friday night.
I think the only thing that
Love
you're
him.
going to see is less rotation.
You'll see less rotation. And because it's on national TV, Willie will have something up his sleeve. Something fun is going to happen. They're going to try something. That's what he does. But Willie Fritz is Willie Fritz. He's been the same guy for 40 years. He's going to take less talent and figure out a way to beat you. And it's not going to be by chucking it down the field for 60 minutes. This is not.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to beat you at the line of scrimmage. And I think that's just what you're going to see. And, you know, I really did not see a receiving core today that was able to get separation. And you can't open up the playbook if they can't get open. And you saw a little of it here and there, but, you know, for the most part, it's not there yet. But I think they're building, and I think it was better than it was a week ago. And you have to expect it'll be better next week. You need a game where you can play the same offensive line as you played last week. But I don't think that's going to happen next week, because I think that the two guys that were out this week, Jason Brooks and David Ndukwe, are going to be back. And so maybe you get a full week of practice with the same group, which you have not done. What?
I said right.
Yeah, right.
Let's see here. Well, I guess Ryan crashed. Yep. So let's see. Where were we on this? What is that? You wonder if some of these players even look at the systems of the teams they transfer to, or just hear the name and get happy. I think they definitely look at everything. But here's the deal. Every year, you know, coaches change, philosophies change. And at the end of the day, coaches are going to tell you whatever they think it will take for you to come. So if you take them for what it's worth, and they say, hey, we're going to throw the ball a lot more, and tight end is going to be a feature, and you get there and you run a few plays and the tight end is featured as a blocker and doesn't go out for a pass, then okay, you probably need to make a change.
Here's a safety tip. When you're in a Rice press box and you think, ooh, what does this do? Don't do that. That didn't work out for me.
No, that one never rarely does.
It did. But Brad,
What?
thoughts on the Big 12? Good league or average?
Good relative to, I mean, compared to what? To the SEC and Big 12? I mean, Big 10? No.
Well, that's who you have to compare it to.
Well, you're not. We'll never be the SEC or the Big 10.
Are you the third best league?
Not right now.
Who is?
I would say ACC, just because I think they're
They've
better
had
at the
some
top.
dog shit performances, though.
Well, I know, but the thing is they're better at the top.
So you got Florida State at the top. You got Iowa State at the top. Fair? I mean, I don't know who's better than Iowa State right now. Right below those two is where I think maybe the difference is. Miami,
Well, then you got Clemson and Miami.
which I don't think either are great, but I can't tell you who the second best team in this conference is.
Yeah, I mean, maybe throw Texas Tech in there.
Yeah, but they haven't played anybody.
No,
We'll see.
Well, neither
We'll
have
see.
we.
Tech was up 55-0, I think, and let Kent State back and cover that one. Bad. But that number was 48.5.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're really, really mediocre. And here's the thing about the Big 12. Big 12 is going to play out pretty much the way that Baylor SMU did today and Iowa State. I know Iowa, they're not Big 12 games, but what it's going to come down to in a lot of games, it's going to be one play or one misplayed that separates the top three, and because that's just the way it's always been, or I say that's the way it's been for the last 5 years. I mean, you think back when TCU went on their miracle run to the title game. I mean, they had like 4 that they pulled out of the fire at the last minute. Baylor has done the same thing on their run. Arizona State did the same thing last year.
Everybody gets caught up in offense, but you really have to be a little better on defense, and you've got to be really good in special teams. I don't know if this team is that good in special teams yet to compete at that level.
We did get a block kick.
You did. And then the guy fell on the ground and acted like he had been murdered. But,
Yeah.
I mean,
I think overall, I think the conference is a solid league, but at the end of the day, it's gonna struggle. It's gonna struggle getting multiple teams in the playoffs,
right?
Because it's just going to be a league that beats each other up. That you could possibly. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if you have teams in there with 10 wins in the title game. But then again, wouldn't surprise me if you got 1, 2 in there with 12. Ball's got to bounce right. Things got to go right, because there's not a lot of greatness, but there's a whole lot of solid to mediocre.
Yeah. I think if you're talking about playoff ready, not there. But if you're talking can go win a good bowl game, yeah. But at this point, and I hate it, but it's all about the playoff.
Right.
You start talking about the Heisman in week 1, you start talking about the playoff in week 1, and all these regular season games that used to mean so much just don't mean that much anymore.
They're fun. They're fun.
Yeah.
They're entertaining, but they're not.
Some of them are entertaining.
Well, I mean, they're not life. They're not. You're going to get eliminated in week 2 if you lose this game. Well, I guess you can, because
all you got to do is win the league. Who's your surprise this weekend, Brad?
For U of H.
Well, I think it means football wide.
What do you? I don't understand. I don't get it.
Who is the surprise team for you? Who had a surprise win? Is what I would characterize it as. Baylor has to be up there.
Baylor surprised me because the quarterback looks so good.
Okay.
I mean, that was the surprise. I mean, I know he's a good quarterback, but he had a monster day. He looked great.
Okay. I'm not willing to buy into a Baylor quarterback who's going to lose 4 games. I mean, they do lose 4 games and win Heisman's at Baylor, but I mean, okay. I think they just got hot at the end of the game. I'm looking for somebody that impressed me. And I just don't. I guess Oregon would be impressive at 69 points against Oklahoma State, maybe. South Florida, that's the impressive one. South Florida goes into the swamp. Florida looks so stupid. I watched the last 5 or 6 minutes of that game, and I didn't understand anything Florida was doing. But South Florida has wins over Boise State and Florida already this year.
Yep. Are they in the top 25?
I have no idea.
I mean, they will be next week.
It doesn't matter.
I would assume.
Who cares?
Well, for them, it matters.
Sure, absolutely.
Let's see. How can we? I don't want Napier to get fired. So
Napier is getting fired tomorrow. You can see it in his eyes.
Oh, boom. They got Texas at home. Okay, so they need to win that game. And they also got Miami. So beat Texas and Miami back to back. Jesus Christ.
Who did they play next weekend? Where are they playing? They're playing in Baton Rouge.
Playing in Baton Rouge next weekend.
And
Here's their next month. LSU, at Miami, Texas at home, and then at A&M.
if Billy's house is not for sale right now, it needs to be tomorrow. You can get people looking on a Sunday afternoon. I promise.
Well, he should go ahead and just go ahead and get his stuff moved. So
Yeah.
he can get out of town real quick.
I feel an offensive analyst job opening up for you somewhere, Billy.
Yeah.
But not the head coach at Florida, not for very much longer.
No.
They might take him to the airport to fire him on the tarmac, even though they were at home today.
Yeah.
I just don't see the guy. He's not long for that job. That is a job that is virtually impossible these days.
Well, see, the thing is that
I love seeing them suffer.
When you looked at their schedule this year, you're like, there's no way he survives the schedule.
Well, last year was the same way. It was a hard schedule.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same because they, like I said, LSU, Miami, Florida, or Miami, Texas, and then they've got at A&M, got Georgia at home, then they've got Ole Miss on the road and Tennessee at home, and Florida State at the end of the season.
Do you agree with this?
But then instead of losing to the people you should, you get beat by USF.
Yeah.
That's why they would never play USF and UCF. Exactly why.
And Martin Grammatica's son kicked the winning field goal.
Automatic.
I feel like he was in college like 8 years ago. I'm old.
Damn. We're getting old.
Mike Gundy, is he unemployed as well?
Probably. Well, not yet, but yeah. I just got to.
This year?
This year, I think he's done.
Okay.
I mean, unless he can do something in conference, and I just don't.
I am looking forward to going to Stillwater in a couple weeks, in a month, I guess. I've never been there for a football game. I'd never been there for a basketball game before New Year's last year. But I'm looking forward. That stadium is one of the ones, I think it'll be stadium number 79 for me.
Jeez.
And then Arizona State will be 80. But I'm looking forward to that one.
You hadn't been out
For
there
sure.
before?
To
Arizona? Or
not Arizona State. No, I went to Arizona last year. But no, I've never been to a game in Tempe. So looking forward to it. You know, I've gone to Pac-12 stadiums, Western stadiums, when U of H played in them. They've not played Arizona State since I've been around.
True.
Been to Arizona and BYU and Cal and UCLA, Oregon, but not that one. Yeah. Suck it, Florida.
Next week, it's just shorts and corn dogs.
Pardon?
Shorts and corn dogs.
Yes.
LSU and
Going to
Florida.
be fun. My favorite, growing up, Florida in the 90s, they were the program in the SEC. And as an LSU fan, they were our permanent cross-divisional rival. And so we played them every year. I fucking hated Florida. LSU beat them in 97 when they're number one in the country. They won the title in 96. LSU beats them in 97. And it started kind of a back and forth series, and it was a lot of fun. But I'm so tired of seeing them. Screw Florida. LSU by 100. Yeah. I think that's about all I've got for tonight. I think this program needed a win like this. You've got to go get workmanlike wins. You do not win easy games here. I can't remember. In 2018, you came here and played terrible in the first half, or maybe first quarter, and then blew that team out. That was the first game of Kendall Briles and De'Aaron King just going wild.
Yeah.
But you don't do that here. It just doesn't happen. And to come in here and to have a comfortable, it got down to 12 points, I guess, at one point. But
it was an abysmal first half.
It really was.
It was.
You had one run late in the first half. Otherwise.
And it was good. It was good to see them go in the locker room and come out with the attitude adjustment. And, making changes at halftime is kind of new around here. So it's good to see. And that's the team that they need to be. And, it starts going for real next week. So,
a couple of years ago, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, kind of in a off camera, just bullshitting a little bit before we did something, Dana said to me casually, coaches don't really make halftime adjustments. That's just something fans think. I was like, well, I can see why you don't think they do, but I kind of think they do. I really do. I think they maybe, if they make these changes, but they are happening all of a sudden. Colorado played 3 quarterbacks today. The Liberty transferred, may have lost the job. I'm going to be honest with you. I saw this game was on Fox, Colorado and Delaware. And Delaware, I think, is in Conference USA or the American or something. They're FBS now, which, okay. I don't know why that game was on Fox, but I didn't watch a second of it.
Well,
so I don't really know what happened. But I'm interested to see. I'm going to go watch some of them tomorrow and see what's up. Colorado, Delaware. Really, we're not focusing on the game. We're focusing on Deion's porta potty on the field. I told Jeremy Brandon. I saw Brandon before we got on. He was next door. And I told him he just needs to do the sideline report the whole time from the porta potty. Don't even go out onto the field. Just stay in there.
We need our own.
He was not as receptive to that idea as I liked it.
We need our own.
What do you mean we?
I think U of H needs their own
porta potty.
Yes.
Okay.
We could do it right. I mean, put spinners on there.
Yeah. Star Pizza. Get you some Star Pizza. 3 locations. Lunch specials every day during the week. You got the buffet on Tuesdays and Fridays. You can go get the buffet before you go and tailgate. What's a better idea than that? Friday, Colorado, Star Pizza. You can go to section12x.com, get the new polos. They got the new Houston blue one, which looks awesome. You got the hats. I've been giving out hats. I give it to everybody I see, basically. But I'm almost out.
From today until Wednesday, 2:00. Shipping will be 1 day. So you're geared up.
Cool.
You're geared up for your for the Friday night.
For sure. Did Oklahoma and Michigan end the game bite yet? I don't even know what's happening out there in the world.
I stopped paying attention to it.
That's fair.
I'm sure the score's in there somewhere. Somebody will tell us.
UNLV is hanging on to beat UCLA, it looks like. Man, I hope that's the case. I just don't care for UCLA. Never have.
Oklahoma won 24-13.
That's embarrassing. Did Michigan or Mississippi State win?
Yes.
I can't remember if
24-20.
Okay.
Looked like it was. It looks like Arizona scored, and then in the final minute, and then Mississippi State came back and scored. I have to watch the highlights on that.
Alabama did what Alabama loves to do, which is after they get embarrassed, they go and score 100 points on somebody, and they beat ULM 73-0
Yeah.
for ULM. Good people in Monroe.
Hey, Arch had a good day, just like we said he would. He's back in the Heisman conversation.
No, I think you and everybody else is too hard on him.
Of course I am.
I don't think he's that great a quarterback, but I think y'all are just too hard on him. Poor kid.
Yeah.
I am waiting for Arch for things to work out in his life. And I mean,
he's had a rough.
Soon. Yeah.
I mean, what kind of dude's not going to be able to, you're not able to grow up with tens and 20s and 30s of millions of dollars. I mean, he's disadvantaged. And Vandy went into Vitek and waffle stomped them.
Did they?
44-20. If you get smoked like that by Vandy, and I don't care how great Vandy is
at home
in their
got stomped at home.
Yes. Who's their coach again? Didn't we try to figure that out last week?
Yeah, it's not Justin Fuente anymore, but it hasn't been in a few years. I can't remember.
Let me look that up.
Oh, Brent Pry. It's not Brent Key, it's Brent Pry. They've got to be very thrilled with him. Poor guy.
3-8, 7-6, 6-7, 0-2. Yeah.
I feel Billy Napier or Mike Gundy is coming to Blacksburg next year. Not Brent Pry. Poor Brent Pry.
Well, I mean, you would probably think that they go after Beamer with everything that they've got, trying to get him out of South Carolina.
There's no way. You never go and try to step in your dad's shoes.
No, I don't think he would.
If he were there and coaching for his dad and took over, that's one thing. But to come in, nope. Not doing it. Not for me. I now think the Two Idiots music sounds like it came from an Alfred Hitchcock movie. I hadn't thought of it like that. Have you?
I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Yeah. There'd have to be a lot of blood right after. Thank you for not saying whatever you're going to say. Thank y'all for tuning in and watching with us. Good crowd, 520 people. We appreciate it. Brad, give us your final thoughts about what you saw tonight and what's coming up this week.
Good win. 2-0. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
First half was terrible. Second half was fantastic. I mean, that was the team that we want to see. Now let's carry that over and just keep building on it. I thought that the team would improve a lot between week 1 and week 2. I didn't realize it was going to be half 1 and half 2 of game 2. But doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there. And that was the team that we saw in the second half can be a very effective team the rest of the year.
That could be an 8 or 9 win team.
I mean, that's the type of play you need to have, the intensity, and going and getting after it. And it paid off.
Yeah. That game, I believe, is at 6:30 Friday night, which there's not a worse day-time combo that I ever remember for a U of H game than 6:30 on a Friday night. So you got high school football, you've got miles of traffic, you have more construction happening in this part of Houston than I've ever seen. And let's play Colorado on national TV at 6:30.
Yes,
from
tens
Houston.
of people in the stand.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll fill in. I
Oh,
think
it will.
the crowd
I
will
mean,
be decent. I
it's gonna
think
be like
the
an LA crowd.
students- I think the students will be there. I really do think they're interested. They like I think they like what they've seen for 2 weeks, but also I think they like the star power of Dion. Tomorrow night, Corey Platt is going to join us on Talking About Them Cougars, and our guy, Kellen Sampson, who has been so good to us and done so many of these shows and stays for an hour every time, but he's not going to do it tomorrow. Very excited to have him. Galen might be there. You never know with him. He's a game time decision.
Got to put up the bat signal.
I've already done that, and I worked on it a few days this week. We'll see how it goes. My final thoughts are: I am so happy to not come back to this hellhole for a few years. I'm going to make sure they could spell. I didn't even realize. So we've got the paper on the window here. They also have it on the other side. So
Wow.
just in case you were thinking that I was showing this off, it's over there too. I just don't have any need to come back here. I like going to away stadiums, but this one, it's a frustrating place to be.
Well, at least you're not staring somebody else in the eyes when you're taking a piss anymore.
No. So I went down on the concourse and for old time's sakes, walked into the restroom to wash my hands, and they had put subway tile up just outside the bathroom. And I was like, oh, they redid it. And I walk in and they have just subway tiled over the brick. And they only did it to about 7 feet. So it's all that old 75-year-old brick over that. But they tried to make it a little prettier just on the 7-foot level there. Sorry about Martin not being able to join us. We missed out.
We tried.
Yeah, I was a little shy, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. We've got content all week. You've got Talking About Them Cougars tomorrow night at 8 o'clock with Kellen and Corey Platt. And then we're going to do it in practice Monday and Tuesday. Won't be there Wednesday or Thursday. And I'm looking forward to this week. I think this is when you're going to finally start to see what this team is this Colorado game. Then you're going to get that week off, and then I think the real season starts with Oregon State. But stealing a conference win in this third week would be huge, especially against a team like Colorado, because people still think they have that pizzazz of last year.
Right.
That's fine. I mean, they played national games last week and this week, and they're playing the Friday night national game this coming week. So thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you tomorrow night here at 8 o'clock.